I will leave Christina explain you in more detail, because she's the head of training of S3E START. So she will run the presentation, and if you have any doubts, you can post them on the chat. Okay.
Claudia, for a moment I thought that you were going to do the presentation.
No.
Okay. Hello, everybody. Good afternoon and very welcome. My name is Cristina Simões, and I'm the head of the training program START, and I'm very proud to present it. START is, as Claudia told you, is one of the programs from the Southern European Entrepreneurship Engine, and from now on, for the sake of easiness, I will refer to it as S3E. At the end of this session, we will handle a Q&A moment, but during the presentation, feel free to write your questions on the chat box, and we will answer it at the end. Please do it by addressing everyone, okay? So let's begin. We are going to talk about all the S3E programs with a special focus on the START, which is our goal today. So the S3E is a year-and-a-half-long project funded by the European Commission, and our ambition is to develop an engine of growth to reduce the market risk of the Southern European deep tech projects. In a word, to close the gap of the science-based innovation ecosystem with the Northern European countries. Before continuing, just a brief word about what is deep tech for us. Deep tech means that solutions we are going to work with are grounded on scientific discoveries or engineering innovation. Deep tech innovation is in the opposite side of business model innovation. If you think about the so-called tech companies, Uber, Amazon, Netflix, Airbnb, etc., so many other examples, we can assert those companies indeed disrupt the market by introducing completely new ways of doing business, and not by being driven by deep tech. So what we do is accelerating deep tech solutions coming from research teams, startups, and SMEs that can make a social and economical difference towards a more sustainable future. This project was built having the effort of these four institutions, so ICTech as the consortium leader, Avsolu, HappyLO, and IDE. HappyLO coming from Greece and IDE coming from Ireland. And how are we going to accomplish our mission? By helping researchers to learn how to see their research using entrepreneurship lenses, by helping growth stage startups in business development and in procuring investment, and last but not least, by mediating open innovation with industry. Never forgetting that the solutions we are going to work with must actively contribute to the achievement of sustainable development goals defined by the United Nations. And how exactly we will do that? Through three pillars that are targeting three different maturity level of projects. Early stage startups or research teams with projects with TRL from 1 up to 5. Growth startups that do not have funding or have pre-seed funding with TRL 6 to 7. And scaling startups and SMEs with at least 2 years of operations.
Sorry, Christina, to interrupt you. Can you please, this is just a very nice question. What is the TRL? What do you mean about that? Sorry.
So help me, Claudia, I'm not remember exactly the words how to define, but it's...
Can I jump in? Do you want me to jump in on this?
Thank you very much.
Okay, so TRL is your transfer readiness level. So if you have basic research that's in the lab, or only you can look it up, and there's scales. It goes from 1 to 9, and basically they're looking to fund in the 4 or 5 range, which means you're now tested with real systems in the lab, and as you go higher, you test out in the field, whether this is, a social aspect, economic, or manufacturing. So the TRL level is how they measure and rank your ability to make money.
Okay.
Claudia, can you please send the NASA or
Yes,
the European description to the chat?
I will do that.
May I also contribute, Christina?
Yeah, sure.
With regards to product development, it is also technology readiness level.
Yeah.
As well. In addition to transfer readiness level, as explained by some participants, it is also called technology readiness level. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, I'm going to continue. I'm going to starting briefly explaining charge and reverse so that we can dedicate more time to the program start. Okay, so S3E Charge is a mentoring and networking program that targets growth stage startups that through a first-class mentoring program will develop an investment-ready business plan, will get access to non-dilutable and dilutable funding, will be connected to innovation leaders' ecosystems, and will have a more deep understanding on how to protect their IP assets. Reverse aims at engaging scaling startups and SMEs by creating a corporate to startup technology brokerage program, meaning that we will put scaling startups solving and developing projects to address specific challenges of corporations and public institutions, and so connecting tech solutions to market problems. Now, let's focus on START. The S3E START program was designed to provide skills and scientific knowledge commercialization, connecting science and technology to product and market needs, to clearly communicate science to a business audience, and assessing the different paths to move the technology to the market. The S3 program was specifically designed for research teams from Southern European countries with deep tech project that is, again, born from science or engineering innovation, impacting one or more sustainable development goals that want to know how to go from the lab to the market. And since we want to leave a legacy behind the S3 project, we decided to open the START for TTOs too, again from Southern European countries, that want to learn a tested methodology to boost science-based entrepreneurship and technology commercialization. At this stage, you might be asking, what are the science fields? It goes from agriculture to medical and health sciences, engineering and technology, and natural sciences, therefore a very large spectrum of knowledge. Summarizing, the START is made for research teams and TTOs that want to evaluate the social and economic value of their research, learn how to pitch science to a non-scientific audience, and acquire skills in technology commercialization. And how does START work? Over a period of 18 weeks, teams will receive 21 hours of online training that will help them understand how to develop a business case for a product or a service or a process. Additionally, there will be webinars on topics relevant to develop of the business case, 1 hour every 2 weeks, and first-class mentoring, 1.5 hours every 2 weeks. The in-class tutorials follow a learning by doing approach so that the teams must fulfill a set of deliverables in between classes, which provide the building blocks to assemble the business case and the final pitch. Thus, a significant part of not only the learning process, but the workload is based on the work done outside the formal in-class training. Last but not least, the participants can increase their business network at the S3E Open Day, when they will have the opportunity to pitch their project. Diving deeper on the process, it has 3 different phases. In the ideation phase, we encourage teams to devise multiple product concepts from the unique capabilities of the technologies and creating linkages between the benefits of using these products and the market needs. In the development phase, through a set of tools, teams are led to look for fatal flaws, either by the product side or the market side, forcing them to choose the one product concept to move to the next phase. Additionally to the tools referred, teams will also be strongly encouraged to contact the market to sustain and validate the decisions and assumptions made during the process. During the commercialization phase, teams will join all the pieces together and design the strategy to bring the product to the market. The outcomes of the START are a business project, which can be described as an embryo of a business plan, and a pitch to be presented at the S3E Public Open Day. Let's now talk about the uniqueness of this program. It relies on the fact that it emulates a real startup experience by working with real projects and departing from the unique capabilities of the technology, so creating products with a competitive advantage born from the science or the technology and not from a product concept or idea or application. Moreover, we strongly advise you to validate strategic choices directly with the market agents. At the end of this program, the participating teams will not only have a written business project and a final pitch, but they will be much better positioned to apply to non-dilutable and dilutable funding. Let's now talk about the practicalities of the application process. So the applications are running since November, and they will close on the 10th of February. The selection process is going to happen between the 13th and the 27th of March. And the announcement of the participating teams and TTOs is going to be done on the 7th of March. The program will begin on Tuesday, the 21st of March, and will end at the S3E Open Day on the 20th of July. So what about the application process? We used to say at this stage that if you are spending more than 1 hour and a half or 2 hours to do the application is because something is wrong, because the application is very easy. So we would like you to identify all the team members and the R&D organizations they come from. We would like you to describe the proposed technology or scientific discoveries. We don't want to know the magic. We want to know what it does and not how it does. We want to know, in your words and in your opinion, what is uniqueness or the innovativeness of the technology, the status of development, and the most important tasks required for taking the project to the next level of development, the scientific field of the project, the SDG that the project, so sustainable development goals that the project aims to address, the IP status, and a statement of motivation to participate. The research teams can be composed by 2 up to 5 members coming from different institutions. So I realized that my net was somewhat, yeah. So what I was saying is the composition of the teams in terms of number of members is between 2 to 5, up to 5. And they can come from, obviously, from different institutions. The application process for the TTOs is, and the TTOs is an individual application. I need to stress this. So we would like to know the ID of the individual and the R&D organization he or she is coming from, the CV of the individual, a letter of the R&D organization supporting the application, and a motivation letter to participate in the program, namely explaining how this program will help them to better perform their jobs. So as I told you before, the TTOs apply as individuals, and in order to fully embrace and understand the methodology, they will join members. During the matching process, research teams and TTOs, we would always give preference to match the TTO with a research team coming from the same organization. However, since the selection process is separate, it can happen to have a TTO selected and not any team, or having no applications from research teams from the same institutions. In that case, the TTO would be assigned to a team from a different institution. That is why we always ask the TTOs interested to help us promoting the program among their communities, so that they increase their probabilities of joining a known team. So how are we going to rank the application? So for the research teams, we are going to look at what we call the perceived breadth of the technology. That is, if the technology can be called as a platform technology, meaning in few words that have the possibility to address different applications. The perceived depth of the technology, so the unique feature and the innovativeness of the technology, and the motivation to participate in the training program, and the entrepreneurial spirit shown by the team. For the TTOs, the motivation to participate in the training program, and the geographic dispersion. Obviously, the geographic dispersion clearly depends on the geographic dispersion of the applications. But if we get a big geographic dispersion, we will try to have not more than 2 TTOs per country. So we strongly recommend you not to leave the application to the last minute, since we are going to be very strict regarding the deadline, which is going to be the 10th of February at 17 set time sharp. So both applications for research teams and TTOs are done through the S3E platform, using these 2 different links respectively. And you can also be direct to those links through our website, so the website of the S3E project. Before presenting the team behind this track, I would like to mention 2 relevant information. So the first one is that the program is free, both for the research teams and the TTOs. And the second one is that everyone involved in this program, being the faculty, the mentors, all the participants, and the operational team, will sign a non-disclosure agreement. So the team behind the START is composed by Cláudia Barbosa, the CEO of ICTech, you already know, and is here with us today. By Pedro Vilarinho, the CEO of ICTech and the father of this program, and myself, responsible for the START program. Altogether, we have more than 35 years of working with innovation from deep tech. So besides today during the Q&A that begins now, we kindly invite you to subscribe our newsletter through our website so that granting you will be always updated about the news of the S3E. You can also follow us on LinkedIn and or Twitter. And for a more personal reach, do please send us an email to info@s3e.io. So we are now open to the Q&A, and I would like to seize this opportunity to thank you very much for your time and patience, and you are now keen to answer all the questions you might still have.
Sorry.
Wanda?
Yes, I have. Yes. Hello. Thank you for this presentation. So I would like to know when it will be the S3E Open Day.
20th of July in
20th
Lisbon,
of
by the
July.
way.
Okay. Thank you.
Cristina? Can Wanda and Marta can talk to ex-participants of the program, right?
I'm not understanding.
Can talk with
First of all, they
someone
are PTOs, right? I don't remember from their presentation.
Champalimau Foundation.
Okay, so they are researchers. They want to apply
No,
as a
no, but we have participants from ITech,
from yeah,
alumni. We
yeah,
don't have.
yeah, we have. Don't ask me the names because I don't
Okay.
remember, and I don't remember the projects too. But at least we have had a team, I think from 2018 or 19. But after this call, I will check for their names and the project name, and we will let you know. I'm sorry. But there are too many teams, so it's different. It's difficult to retain their names.
Thank you.
Kun has raised her hand, so if you want to ask something, Kun, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Christina, for the very informative presentation. This is more than I had expected from a training course. My question is, when I was filling in the application, I saw there's a limit of number of team members that can participate. And because on our consortium, we have 11 partners, and there are 3 from Italy, 1 from Greece, and the other ones are from Israel, Canada, and the UK. My question is, are these partners on our team, consortium, are they also eligible to participate if our team is chosen?
Well, I'm afraid I didn't listen very well. So you are asking me, you are telling me that your original team is more than 5 members. Is that correct?
11, I think.
11.
Yes.
It's impossible.
It's impossible. Okay.
For the sake of your own sanity and all the team members, we have the experience of having research teams. So we are doing this in Portugal, this program in Portugal since 2004. So we have 19 years of experience. So
Yes.
and we already had teams with more than 5 members, and is a mess because along the algorithm, the process, you need to make quick decisions, and you need to be a very agile.
Understood. So 5 is manageable.
Yeah,
and
more than 5 is not manageable.
Exactly.
And then
Understood.
you need to meet every week because you need to perform the deliverables. As you might remember, the major part of the workload is done outside the online training, so meetings with the team. So it would not be manageable. You would
Okay. Understood. So I need to emphasize to my team members, we must guarantee participation and active involvement even after the online training course to evolve the team. Very good. I see this as an opportunity to grow our team. Thank you very much.
Okay, you are welcome.
Can I add to that you know, you can select, or we could select, since I'm, you know, involved in one of these 11, maybe you make a selection of the key ones that would benefit from and contribute back to this as well as to the project, because TRL now is somewhere in the 6-7 already. To bring this forward, you'd maybe choose the 5 or 4 people or
that will stay with us.
that would be key, I think, because some of the partners, for example, in Canada, they might not need to be
right,
you know, trained
exactly.
in this. So.
That's right. Okay. Thank you for the input, Greg. Thank you.
So there is a hand raised. Elif, is that so?
Yeah. Thank you for this presentation at first. I'd like to ask you that could you provide some details about the scope of the interview in case we are selected, for example, in case any team is selected for this interview, then what will be the scope of the interview?
The scope is only one, to first of all, to evaluate the motivation of the team to participate. As you might understand, there's a big opportunity cost for the teams that decide to participate are selected, and then by whatever reason, they decide after 1 week or 2, they decide to give up. And there are teams that would be selected and they are not able to participate. So for us, it's very important to understand how motivated is the team. And we will also size the opportunity of the interview to explain further what I mean during this presentation, that the workload is after the online training. So we need to ensure that we are not going to have research teams that in the middle of the process will decide to withdraw the program.
Okay, so how committed the research teams will be evaluated. So as far as I understand, that the teams are not expected to prepare any presentations or any documents, but that would be one, just one oral interview about the motivation.
One oral, no videos, no pitches, no oral interview.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Claudia, are you seeing the chat?
Yes. No questions here. Oh,
Okay.
yes. No. One more question from Ken.
Yes, I think we'll be informed. There will be an interview, and when approximately will this interview be conducted?
Well, it is going to be after, for sure, after the announcement of the results. So after the 7th of, no, I'm sorry, before the 7th of March. So around the end of February, but we do not still have exactly the dates, but it's going to happen
approximately
the last 2 weeks of February. Is that so, Claudia? I'm not.
Yes, correct.
All right, cool. Good to know. We'll be prepared to show our commitment. Thank you.
So if there are no more questions, again, I do thank you for your patience and for your time. So please hurry for the applications. We are waiting for you, but you need to hurry. So deadline is 10th of February at 17 sharp set time. Okay. So if you have any more questions, please feel free to contact us and we will be keen to answer. Okay. So nice to meet you, and I'm expecting for your application. We are expecting for your applications, and we will meet again. So have a nice afternoon. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much to both of you. Thank you for the opportunity.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.